Hey everybody! Today I am going to use and review the Deco Art acrylic paint pouring program that they have sent me. So I'm going to zoom you in. So that looks about good. So I am not being paid for this. I'm not getting like a percentage of anything. They just sent it to me and said, you know, use it in a video. So I am. They didn't even ask to see the video. So I guess I can, you know, do what I want. So this is what they sent me. And I have not used Deco Art in a long time. Like when I first started painting, pouring, I did use the craft paints, but I haven't in quite a long time. So they sent me red, blue, yellow, and white so that I can make all the colors I want. But for this, I'm going to stick with just the 3 colors separately and the white, and I'm pouring it with a negative space and kind of a flip and drag like I normally do. And with the craft paint, it says, here is the pouring medium. And it says just 1 to 1. So I measured these cups and I did 1 to 1. And I also have in here the clear pouring top coat, which I'm quite interested in using, although I'm a bit confused with their, oh no, that's not. So this I was really glad they put pictures in here, because if you can see this, you put your painting at a 45-degree angle, which I found interesting. So I think I will probably, well, I'll probably just top coat this one, but I may do another. I have another, and I don't want to top coat one with silicone because none of these, quote, ingredients that are in this book, this packet, have silicone. So I feel it wouldn't be fair to review it that way, at least for the first time. So half and half, and it's you know, it's thicker than I use, but decent consistency. But yeah, it's a lot thicker. And then this is the white. So I think I have that one stirred up pretty well. But without silicone, you know, it's not going to have quite the same amount of cells and all that good stuff. And so this is the blue, and then I'm going, oh, I held that up really high. Hang on, I gotta see what I'm doing though. Okay. And I looked online and it looked like 16 ounces of this was between $7 and $9. So there'll be no Floetrol, no water, no silicone, no nothing. Okay. And I figured doing a mallet smash wouldn't be a really fair assessment either, because that's a very different technique too. Because in here they just show puddle pours, basically. They show, yeah, they just showed a puddle pour and a flip cup. Alrighty. It's so thick. finish. Feels weird, it's so thick. Okay. Wipe my hands off. So I am just going to do like a little tiny flip cup in this. That's all. I'm not really quite curious to see. Yikes, that is an awful lot for a little 8x8 canvas. Okay, so I mixed it up a little bit. I will let it sink. And while I'm letting it sink, I will get this little piece of fuzz and that little piece of fuzz out of there. Okay, now there are some wild and crazy cells going on here. Ooh, check it out. I'm not just sitting here, I am looking at it. I am waiting, you know, because sometimes you let it sit a bit and it does things. So you can see the color popping out of that white haze that came over here. Some cells there. The three colors themselves made a very beautiful color. I suppose these are just primary red, primary blue, primary yellow. Look at that. All right, so it is super thick, but you know, some of my paintings have zigzagged lately, so maybe they could benefit from being a little thicker. Maybe not quite this thick, but a little thicker probably wouldn't be all that bad, because that's where the zigzagging comes in. And I used to do my paints even thinner than I do now. So, I mean, it just makes me wonder. I don't know. It's almost like we change, you know, like that last summer I used a technique and it worked great. And now it's not as, you know, I don't know. I'm not making any sense. I waited tables today for, you know, 8 hours. 8.5 hours. So there's probably not a lot making sense in my brain right now. I gotta say, so far I am fairly impressed. I was really curious how this would work being this thick. But as I said, look at how look at how it's all moving. Well, you know, I also don't measure my other paints, so my other paints are often different consistencies. So maybe I should work on that a little bit more. Look at these cells coming out though. It's hard to know if, see now another compare, well no, that wouldn't be, because I wonder if it's in the pouring medium, or because sometimes painting with just water and paint can create cells. But, and I can't get this to move anymore. It's not terribly thick, but there's canvas showing right there. But I can't get it to move. Okay, I don't really like how that kind of looked, but I'd like it to move a little bit. Okay, it is too hard to sit. I find myself standing lately. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna, if I get eye level with it, I can see if there's bare spots of canvas showing, and there are not. I just don't think I can get it to move much more. Which could be detrimental. Well, I shouldn't say I can't get it to move. I could get it to move more, but I don't want to ruin, I really like how it's looking. So I don't want to like straight up tilt it on its side. But I guess there's not a lot of flow. But I've got to say, it's really pretty. I don't like what happened here. Let's see if I can kind of... Yeah, Anne, that really helped. I don't think there's anything I can do about that at this point. I'll try and get it to move some more though. And I can see this is a lot lower than this. There's kind of like a, I'm afraid to even, yeah, that's almost bare canvas. And you can see right here is where it ends, and I want it to move, but I don't want to touch my finger on it to move it, because then I'll end up with it looking like that. I'm trying to see in the light if I can even see if it's moving at all. I can't. I'm going to torch it and see if, where the heck's my torch? Oh, it's over there. And see if the heat makes it move a little bit more. But I gotta say, I'm really loving this. I mean, this is pretty. So let's tilt it while it's hot. Well, not hot, but... Okay, so it is not moving. Ooh. I guess we'll find out if it's self-leveling. Because right here, there's a drop-off. It's very pretty though. I really like it. You know, I was kind of worried. I was like kind of thinking, oh, this is going to be like a sacrifice canvas, you know. But I hope it dries well. I'm curious to see how shiny it dries. Those little red spots. I find the color gorgeous. Very vivid for craft paint. Yeah, it's not going to move anymore. And there's, yeah, so I wonder if it says anything about self-leveling. Let me see. It says, create rich, vibrant paint pours with this fluid pouring medium. Thins paint to ideal consistency, creates cell effects. Okay, so definitely you see cells. And reduces cracking for pour painting. Will not slow drying time or lessen adhesion. I guess I should read these to you too. Directions. Mix slowly into paint to avoid bubbles. And then it says, once paint is dry, finish with Deco Art Clear Pouring Top Coat, which is water-based, non-yellowing, soap and water cleanup. It does not additive for paint pouring. You know, a lot of people ask me about archivalness, and I don't see anything in here about that. Oh, looks like they've got Deco Art Media Fluid Acrylics Professional Quality. So that must be a new thing. Ooh, that would have been, it's light, fast, and artist grade pigments. I wish they'd send me some of those. So I'm going to zoom you in. I'm going to upload this one, and then when this is dry, I will use the top coat on it. I figure that's the best way to do it. And then I will show you the results from that. And that I will mesh into one video. So I will get to use my little new phone video editing, the software that is so easy and I love it. So, okay. Okay, you know what? I'm going to bring you down so that, because when I zoomed that far, it was getting blurry, and I don't want. See, can you see? Now you can see maybe right here, the different level, and I'll see if you can kind of see it right there. Not if my hand's in the way. Right there. So those are the cells. Pretty awesome. I mean, no silicone. I like these cells. I like these smaller ones. Pretty shadow. Bright, vivid colors. I am super excited to see how this dries. And I will, of course, keep you all updated. So thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you next time. Bye.